Sushi and sleep. World's oldest person offers tips for a long life. Seeking advice on how to live a long time? You could do a lot worse than Miso Okawa. The Japanese woman will celebrate her 116th birthday on Wednesday. Okawa, pictured above, celebrating her 115th birthday in 2013, spoke to the UK Telegraph about her secrets for longevity. This hoping for an obscure secret tricks. Always jump on one foot at exactly 3:43 a.m. while playing the banjo are in for a disappointment. Okawa attributes her incredible lifespan to getting plenty of sleep, eating well, and taking a nap as needed. She told the paper, "Eat and sleep and you will live a long time. You have to learn to relax." Easier said than done, of course, but when advice on living a long life comes from the world's oldest person, it's worth heeding. Okawa, born in 1898, the great-great-grandmother to six, eats sushi at least once every month. Tomohiro Okada, head of the retirement home when Okawa has lived for the past 18 years, told the Telegraph. When asked by the Telegraph about her happiest and saddest moment, she spoke about her 1990 marriage to her husband and the birth of her three children. Her husband passed away in 1931. Her survived children are 94 and 92, according to the Telegraph. Okawa became the world's oldest living person last year when the previous title holder, Romo Kurumura, passed away at the age of 116. Teens sues parents for cash. College tuition? Does she have a case? A New Jersey teenager claiming that her mother and father tossed her out of their home and cut her off financially is suing them for immediate support, current private school fees, and future college tuition. Parents, meanwhile, say that daughter Rachel Channing, 18, moved out voluntarily after refusing to abide by their rules. "We love our child and miss her. This is terrible. It's killing me and my wife," Rachel's father, Sean Canning, a town administrator and retired police officer, tells the Daily Record. "We have a child. We want home. We are not draconian, and now we are getting hauled into court. She is demanding that we pay her bills, but she doesn't want to live at home, and she's saying, 'I don't want to live under your rules.' The rules," he notes, "include reconsidering her relationship with a boyfriend who may be a bad influence, being respectful, and abiding by new curfew." He and his wife Elizabeth, who live in suburban Lincoln Park, about 25 miles outside of New York City, have kept their daughter's car because they paid for it, saying Channing. And he admits that they did stop paying Rachel's tuition at the private Moritz Catholic High School. A hearing is scheduled to take place on Tuesday in the Morris County Superior Court. For months, Rachel, an honor student, cheerleader, and lacrosse player, has been living with the family of her best friend and classmate, Jamie Inglesino, whose father, attorney John Inglesino, is bankrolling Rachel's lawsuit. He is also requesting in the lawsuit that Cannings reimburse him for the legal fees, so far totaling $12,597, according to the paper. Rachel's attorney, Tanya Helfand, is not taking calls as she prepared for Tuesday hearing. Her office tells Yahoo Shine. Rachel did not return a call from Yahoo Shine and the Morris County Court was closed on Monday due to inclement weather, but the Daily Record reported that in the suit, Rachel alleged that her parents decided to cut her off from all support both financially and emotionally as of her 18th birthday, which was November 1st. Her suit was also demands a following of the Channings that they take care of an outstanding $5,206 Morris Catholic tuition bill, pay their daughter's current living and transportation expense, and free up her existing college fund, as she's already been accepted to several universities. It's not unheard of for youngsters to take legal action against their parents for various offenses, from a pregnant Texas teen who sued her parents for allegedly pursuing her to get an abortion, to a pair of Illinois siblings in their 20s who sued their mom unsuccessfully for bad mothering. Even so, the Canning case is an extremely unusual one, according to experts in family law. That's because similar suits typically involve either a divorce situation with parents disagree on a child's financial support, or a fight for emancipation, in which a teen is declared financially independent from parents. This young woman is actually saying, I want a court to compel my parents to continue to support me financially. That's what's unique in this case. Mary Coogan, assistant director from the nonprofit Advocate for Children of New Jersey, tells Yahoo Shine. So this young lady is a unique situation because it does become very fact-sensitive. There's really no law directly on point. What families in similar situations have done, in Coogan's experience, is to file for what's called a family crisis protection, in which the court will try to mediate an agreeable outcome between the parents and their child. Taking the situation through would be a better route than a lawsuit. Kent Newman, a New York divorce mediator and psychologist with Center for Mediation and Training, tells Yahoo Shine, we often use the legal system as the way to deal with disagreement when we should be using therapy or meditation. He says, nothing the Rachel case is extremely rare, and that he's not had a case like this in 30 years, with the most unique angle being that the parents are not in disagreement. Unfortunately for Rachel, Newman says, I don't think she has much of the case. It sounds like just around 18-year-old who got into a thing with her parents. Ten things France does better than anywhere else. France is an impressive country, and nobody knows it's better than the French. The country is surprisingly like the United States, which is tough a thing or two about liberty, in that you don't really ever need to leave. There are sophisticated cities, sunny seashores, snowy mountains, and wooded valley all in one country. Not to mention a lot of cheese and sex, as well as quite a few other things the French do superlatively well. One, cheese, yes, it's a cliché, but France remains the ultimate destination for cheese lovers. General de Gaulle once asked how he was meant to govern a country that produced 246 varieties of cheese. Maybe he was afraid that they were lying organism and would start a revolution. Some French cheeses, such as Reblochon, are so smelly and running they seem to be decomposing. Even mild hard Latte is apparently so scary that last year the United States restricted its import. No one's arguing against the existence of great cheese around the world, but no French citizen needs to go much further than the corner stop to find one. Shopping. There is a reason that French invented the word bourgeois, which now stands in for all things materialism. Paris department stores stock everything from cheap generic brands to labels so chic you feel that you need to dress up before trying on them. The annual sales in January and at the end of June offer unbelievable bargains because by law all stores have the discount price at the same time and compete for business. On the other hand, the French have defended their small, often family-owned neighborhood stores, boulangeries, boucheries, from being steamrollered by chains. The French also do quirky, one-off banquets probably better than anyone else. 3. Museums. Paris, of course, is home to perhaps the world's best-known museum, the Louvre. But French museum culture spared much wide afloat. The Louvre was what is arguably the most beautiful collection of museums in the world. Its chattiest includes the huge chamber with a spectacular collection of tapestries and impossibly romantic Chenonceau, a street it moat. Even the lesser-known castle can be wonderful. Chinon, for example, is set above the perfect preserved old town. You can almost hear Joan of Arc riding up to the gate and offering to kick the English inventors out of France. 4. Trains. French trains are faster than planes. If you want to go from Paris to Mediterranean coast from lunch, hop on the TGV, train the Grande Vitesse, a very fast train. 3 hours later, you will be sipping roses and gazing at billionaires' yacht while the flyers are still popping in acclaim for their lost language. TGVs crisscross the country, and SNCF French National Railways offer excellent online deals. First class for just a little more than second. The French might like the good life, but it needed also means slow. 5. Traffic jam. The average French driver's notion of etiquette is a strong but terrifying one. I'm going that way, and you can't stop me. If going where he or she wants to means causing an accident or total gridlock, that's everyone else's fault, none. The unwillingness to not acknowledge any other car on the roads, the superb French believed in liberty incarnated in the automobile means that every Saturday in summer, and no national holidays, and the whole country is transformed into a huge traffic jam as everyone drives in or from their vacation at exactly the same time. 6. Politeness. The French, aren't they notoriously abrupt, especially Parisians, when addressing non-French speaking tourists? More accurately, the French have mastered the art of being impassibly polite and startlingly dismissive at the same time. When a posh raises an eyebrow and says "Bonjour" or "Madame" at you, he is simultaneously respecting you and questioning your right to exit. But if you get the hang of French politeness, anything is possible. The golden rule is simple. You should begin every conversation with a bright bonjour. This doesn't just mean hello and bonsoir in the evening. It's recognized French code for yes, I'm here and I am respecting you by being polite, so you're going to respect me and maybe even be pleasant to me. All in one magic word, and it works. Sexiness. It's hard to pin down sexiness, but for many, being French is a good working definition. That accent plus a certain association enjoying endeavor. Yep, inevitably slipping into French here. Make a pretty attractive package in both men and women. And there is plain sex, which is everywhere in French. Take French films, for example, which almost by law have to include at least 2 naked breasts and 4 buttocks. French men and women know the rules of attraction equally well and rarely stop playing. It's almost duty to look sexy and classy whenever everyone else is around and to leave a memorable impression. 8. Luxury. It's a clever trick. When you think of luxury goods, the word French slips almost automatically into place. Today, the French talent for luxury has tricked down beyond Louis Vuitton, Dior, Monet at Shandon, and the rest. Its effect can be felt in the dozens of stylish passion cafes with starch-aproned waiters and in many reasonably priced spot hotels such as Solazur, French sites only, that can make you feel like a millionaire without charging you accordingly. French-like touch. Sophistication has been copied worldwide. 9. Customer service. Oh yes. Related to politeness, but with an important retail distinction. The French have a saying, "The customer is king." Yes, and we know that what you did to your kings, but behind a sometimes facade of surely indifference, French service can be wonderful. That grumpy waiter doesn't hate you. It's just that he's a pro and you are an amateur on his territory. The same goes for the snooty department store saleswomen. Unlikely in other countries, such as jobs in French can still be lifelong careers, bring a lifetime's worth of skills. The thing to do is soldier on. Smile and inform your server what you want. The French respect people who know what they want and will do their best to help you get it, as long as not just before their lunch times, of course. 10. Globalization. French has the world's best policy on globalization. It spends so much time complaining that foreign inventors are killing off its economy and no one notices how French products are taking over the planet. Have you checked recently who provides your electricity, who owns your transportation system, who feeds your army, even who builds your city's public toilets, especially if you live in Europe? There's a strong chance you find a French multinationals such as EDF, Transdex, Sodexo, or JCDecaux. That's not to mention the countless French brands on every shopping street in the world. Next time a French person tells you Hollywood is destroying French culture, just point to the nearest public toilet.